and very much welcome back to this episode of Through Imperial Eyes. It has been a while.
Did you miss us?
It feels like it's been forever, yes. I am your host, Braydon Leadbetter.
And I'm your co-host, Jackson Daleen.
And we're back. And it feels like it's been an eternity. But
it's only been like 2 weeks.
This is interesting, but I think this past weekend was like the first time that we had actually, like, thanks to COVID, but like we had actually seen each other in person since we started the podcast.
Oh yeah, for sure.
that was interesting. And you did forget my gonk droid, but I'll forgive you for that.
It's right here. Wait, right. Here, it's right here.
Let's give it to me now. Here, thanks.
Yeah, let's give it to you.
Thank you.
Well, I love Willy Wonka.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's been an extremely busy couple of weeks for me, at least, because the week that we had to miss out on the batch report because that was on Friday was the day my AC went out at my house, and I was like, man, I'm sorry, I cannot record an episode with an 85-degree house because Friday was also like the hottest day of the year here so far. It was like 99 or something, so like it got hot in here real quick. Oh, yeah. And then we weren't able to get it, because the whole unit had to be replaced, unfortunately.
Wow.
So that wasn't able to happen until this past weekend, so we just got that done. And then it was my mom's wedding last weekend as well, and then a whole lot of life things have happened, but now we're working on getting a house and all that kind of stuff, so very, very busy with life. I have not had a lot of time to sit down and talk about Star Wars, so I'm glad to finally do that. But what have you been up to, Jackson?
Personal life, it's very much just work. Obviously, I had your shoot this past weekend, so I was up in St. Louis for that. And I have gotten some more things. I showed you the picture. I'll show it to here for whoever's watching. Are we even recording the call?
We're not recording the call, but
I bought a framed it's like a laser etching, and it's of different ships. So it's got the Falcon, it's got an X-Wing, it's got Vader's TIE Fighter, and then a normal TIE Fighter. And it just kind of has their name, and they're cool. They're like metallic etchings, so there's like a gold and like a silver. I also went back to the store with all the Phantom Menace figures, and I was perusing. I was really looking for these little like tabletop like character things. I'm trying to put them in my computer, but I found one of the last Phantom Menace figures, and I got him. It's Mr. Reek Oli.
That little droid did it.
Yeah, no, I got it, and he was sitting there, and I was just like, whoa, because the rest were like Naboo guards, and it wasn't even Nute Gunray, but
I don't care.
He's got his Naboo blaster, so I was like, that works. Yeah, no, I'm gonna put him right here. He's gonna hang and dangle right here.
And the funny thing is, he's like the worst actor in that movie too. So like, that's amazing.
Coruscant, the whole planet's a city.
The whole planet's a city. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I was very excited to get him. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, on Saturday, I had a lot of free time before the shoot, so whenever I was going at like Target getting it crafty and stuff, I was perusing through the toy aisles and seeing, and the Target around me had probably nothing. It had some of those stupid sabers again. I think it had like maybe one dark saber, and then a couple Baby Yodas, and that was literally it. Like a Baby Yoda, like those, what are they called? Like the one I have here, it's like those, but they're smaller.
Just little plush ones.
And that's all there was.
Wow.
I was like, was this the weekend to go and get Star Wars toys or something? Because I saw a TikTok of someone who went to a Target, and they had like all of the Clone Wars action figures. Like they had like the Anakin, Obi-Wan, Rex, a couple other ones.
It's like they got to know like when shipping day is, when like truck day is, I know,
and I used to work truck at Target, and I still can never win.
I've realized the GameStop in Cape Girardeau kind of has some good stuff. Oh, yeah. I bought this hat. I don't know if you can see it.
That. Yeah, I noticed that.
It says snack time on it.
Love that.
No, I was at the one in O'Fallon, just stopped by just to see what they had. And they didn't have much like figure-wise, but they had a really cool, it was on sale too. It's a Empire Strikes Back like juice glass set. Oh. And it had like vintage, like they were almost like posters, kind of how like the original trilogy has like their like the figure posters. But it was like one of Luke and Yoda, and then it was like Lando and the crew, and then it was Vader and Boba Fett, and then it had C-3PO and R2-D2, and they're little like, they're probably like 12-ounce glasses, but no, they were cool. I got those and have been using those and stuff. And
awesome.
Yeah, but the GameStop here they have Black Series of the Jackson and the Captain Jacks from, the video game ones.
Did they? Yeah, because they just announced that. I think we covered that when they announced it.
They have had it the last 2 times I've been there. And then obviously it kind of makes sense, but all of their Black Series are video game centered. So it's more Force Unleashed, Fallen Order. They did have some Battlefront 2.
Did they have a cow?
No, they had no. They had a Moff Gideon there the other day, and I almost picked him up, but then
that would have been nice.
I want a Mando first. I'll probably get a Mando first before I get a Moff Gideon.
Steven, who's been on the show, Steven Berta, he's been getting. There's this store around here, and I don't know what it's called, but like they have a bunch of awesome Black Series stuff, a bunch of cool pops.
That's cool.
But he got a Mando Black Series, and there's like a little Grogu Black Series. It's like super
cute.
tiny. It's like a tiny little box. It's like the right size, like to go with the Mando figure.
What did I see the other day? Where was I? Maybe that was at Target as well, because the Target here is doing better at keeping, like your Return of the Jedi Akbar. Mm-hmm. They have been selling those, and like there have been a couple other like Rebel, Endor Rebel, yeah. But they, maybe it was there or it was at GameStop. I don't remember where it was, but it was like a little Grogu that it came with, but it wasn't Black Series. I think it was just like their vintage collection. Gotcha, yeah. But he came with his little like egg hatch, and he came with a little frog, and it was him, and I was like, that's kind of cute actually. That'd be cute, like Dex toy, but I ended up not. So yeah, that's about all I got.
Yeah, some interesting life adventures, and it is just so weird because we were just talking about this earlier, how this was actually the first week we've taken off since we started the podcast in January. Right. So it felt like an eternity, but I'm excited to get into some news here. What we got up first? So
starting out, Star Wars Visions is supposed to show their first look at Anime Expo next month. Anime Expo announced that Lucasfilm will bring the galaxy far, far away to Anime Expo late this July with the panel for Visions specifically, and we'll get a sneak peek. That's pretty much all that we know for what's going to happen. Do you think we'll get a trailer?
I don't know. I'm wondering. I wrote this on the rundown. I'm wondering if we're getting like some kind of trailer or just like one of those sizzle reels where we just like see a little bit behind the scenes. We see like a couple clips and then that's all they can show us.
Like a little like teaser. It's just like 3 clips of each one.
It'll be hard for them to show to even make a trailer because Visions is like this anime kind of anthology thing where like each episode is like its own little thing, which I would like because we haven't. It's been a while since we've seen anything from Star Wars that's non-episodic. Mm-hmm. I don't think have we ever gotten any kind of like anthology from Star Wars.
If you count the first 2 seasons of Clone Wars.
Yeah, but they still all tie into each other. I don't even know if these are going to tie into each other. There might just be all single stories from separate storytellers. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know if we actually have an official like in canon anthology. I'm trying to think.
I know originally they were going to call the spin-offs anthology, but I don't think we've had anything because it'll just be interesting. I just want to see a taste of the animation style because I would love something like an Avatar: The Last Airbender style. Star Wars animation.
I think at the bare minimum we're gonna get maybe like screen stills, get like shots of it.
Yeah. Do you think that? I don't remember if they said, is Filoni involved at all, or is...
I don't know. Actually, you know what? I'll look real quick. If anything, maybe like an executive producer, but I don't know if he'll have anything creatively involved.
I can't remember, because we haven't covered Visions in a while, so...
Yeah, I think if anything, we'll get a trailer, maybe some kind of teaser. 10 episodes, additional crew, all that is there. Oh, it's just... Yeah. Yeah, there really isn't much on this. Maybe some kind of teaser. It'd be cool to get a trailer, but I'm expecting at the very least...
we'll see footage, I know that.
Stills, if anything, just screen caps of each style.
That's supposed to come out this year.
Yeah, and I wonder if they're going to show it at Anime Expo, show a trailer, and then be like,
here's
winter.
The release date.
Winter, at the end of it, it'll I'm definitely excited. I will keep my eye out for whenever that panel is up and see if they'll live stream it or do anything.
Yeah, we'll cover it for sure. So
cool. What's next?
Well, it looks like the Acolyte showrunner, Leslye Headland, she was in an interview with AV Club, and they kind of discussed kind of the beginnings of the Acolyte right now and kind of the development that's going on. And she kind of also touched on, her growing up watching Star Wars and reading the Timothy Zahn books and all that. And there's kind of a little revelation that came out of this. And she revealed that one of the writers on the show had never seen Star Wars before. And I think she explained that it's because that she wanted people to come in with their own perspective and worldview, which I think is cool. That's what we need from Star Wars, is people who bring in this fresh, new perspective.
I agree.
What do you think about, the fact that one of the writers on this show is not that familiar with Star Wars? Because, I mean, she was talking about how one of the other writer that hadn't seen Star Wars texted her and was like, wait, so are Luke and Leia brother and sister? Like, what's going on here? So what do you think about all that?
It leads me to believe that the Acolyte probably won't tie into really much. I think they're going to try and create their own very self-focused story that gives them...
Which is what I want from Star Wars right now. Yeah,
I agree. I like it in the sense of like it's definitely a move in the direction of like we're going to see what we can make out of not knowing as much, because everyone's just trying to please everyone at this point. Yeah. No, I completely agree. I think it is the direction that the Acolyte is the perfect show to kind of like test that. Mm-hmm. And do we know who the writer that hasn't seen it?
I don't know if we know the name of the writer. I know in the interview she said one of the writers
show
hasn't seen it. I don't know if she actually name dropped or not.
Well, and like if it's people that, she's worked with before, I know like Russian Doll is very much like, it's very creative and dynamic in the things that they've built with it being its own original story, but it's kind of fun because it's like Groundhog's Day, right. So I am expecting that exactly from the Acolyte, to be almost this fresh breath of air, that the things that are going to feel like Star Wars are almost going to be like homages rather than center points.
Yeah. And, I think we need people with this, like she says in the interview, this kind of unique perspective with their own worldview, because Star Wars, there's a big galaxy out there. There's a lot we haven't witnessed and a lot we haven't seen and a lot we haven't experienced yet. So I think this is a great opportunity to bring people in who have these new ideas, not based off of anything we know from Star Wars, to bring in and, really make something new, something we haven't seen before.
It'll be really cool watching people create new ideas for a time of old. Yeah. To create things that are now died out and like moved on in the Star Wars universe. So it's nothing that we would have experienced. I like that idea of bringing in people who are I guess inexperienced is what I want to say. Is that word? That's not really what I mean, but
just aren't as familiar with Star Wars as say hiring a bunch of Star Wars fans to write a show.
Bringing Dave Filoni on kind of thing. Right. No, I like it. I think it'll be very creative. I'm excited to see what they build and bring us from that.
Yeah, me too. Let's kind of move on here. Speaking of the Acolyte, there's also news that dropped that they are set to begin filming in London this coming February. So I'm glad that we're finally getting some Acolyte news, because this is probably, behind Kenobi, this is probably my second most anticipated thing that's coming out. So a new exclusive from Discussing Film has indicated that the series is set to start filming in February, should all go well, and the show will make use of the volume technology that made a production like The Mandalorian possible, which is currently being used by Peyton Reed for Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. And they also report that the Acolyte's lead actress will be a woman of color. Thank you. And just some more details about the Acolyte. It's set near the end of the High Republic era and will move toward the fall of the Republic era as the series progresses. Little details are known about the story, but it will involve a female lead in a story exploring the dark side in a time when the Sith are believed to be extinct, but are in hiding. Now, give me that. Give me this show. Oh my God. This is like everything I want out of a Star Wars show and more.
I wonder if they're going to bring in who's the the female Zabrak that looks like Darth Maul, but she's got like Twi'lek head, like she's got like a Twi'lek. Hold on.
Oh yeah. The one who was supposed to be in episode 7, like George Lucas's episode 7.
She's like the bad guy in Sorry, I'm trying to find her name. She's the bad guy in Jedi Academy.
I'm sure people listening right now are like, it's this,
Yeah,
come on, you idiots, it's this.
I'm trying to find it. Zabrak villain. Okay, I give up. But anyway, I wonder if they're going to rehash that style of like kind of take inspiration from that, because in Jedi Academy, she's been taking ancient Sith relics to try and like resurrect the Sith.
Darth Talon,
that's it. Yeah, she's like bringing she's got like this staff that she uses to try and resurrect like ancient Sith stuff to kind of like like Frankenstein the like force energy that like is like all the Sith stuff holds. So I wonder if they'll kind of play with that, and it's kind of about this trek to find like the Sith power, you know.
I'm also wondering, you know, how cool it would be if we are exploring this, like, you know, the ancient Sith. The Sith are going extinct, and they're kind of in hiding right now. If we do see things like, you know, Kylo's saber before, like,
right,
in its original form, and not just like found and kind of jerry-rigged together. And also we see things like, you know, the dagger.
Yeah, I want more of those relics. Those
give me that mystical, magical Star Wars.
Ancient force using.
Yeah, I love that. And we are seeing we're going to be seeing the end of the High Republic era and move into Fall of the Republic as the show progresses. So I'm wondering if that is because the Sith kind of rise up and kind of cause the Fall of the Republic, like kind of behind the curtain.
Yeah, I don't know. And like they got to be careful with some of the stuff that they do. Like you think about like in Clone Wars, the one line that Anakin and Grievous never meet until Revenge of the Sith, so they have to cater all of Clone Wars to make sure that continuity works. I think of the line in Phantom Menace where Mace Windu's like, but the Sith have been dead, you know, like someone who would know that. So yeah, I wonder how they play behind it. Yeah,
that's tough. I do not envy them.
That's so much research to try and just make one thing work, you know.
Which is again why I think they're just gonna do something brand spanking new.
Yeah, which like that'll be cool. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm very excited for this show, and ever since it was announced, I was like, yes, all the yes, give me that. But cool. What do we have next?
So, Del Rey, our friends over at Del Rey, announced that they are adding 4 new editions of the Essentials Legends Star Wars collections. These are adding on to the 3 that just came out, which was Heir to the Empire, the first Darth Bane book, and then was it Shatterpoint? Was it the Mace one? That was at Barnes and Noble as well. I just bought the Heir to the Empire Essential Legends collection, but we'll be getting 4 more. They're going to be releasing the rest of the Thrawn trilogy, so the Dark Force Rising and the Last Command, as well as book 2 of the Bane trilogy, which was the Rule of 2, and then we're getting Rogue Squadron by Michael A. Stackpole, which out of these new sets, that has my favorite cover, like art to it. It's like it's the Rebel helmet, and it's got Wedge in it, and
overall I'm not a huge fan of the style of these covers, though. I think they're a little bit like, they look like textbooks.
As of right now, the Heir to the Empire and the Rogue Squadron one are my only 2 favorite ones.
Yeah, I just don't like how like it's like a black box at the top, and then it's artwork. I wish it was, because it just makes it look like a history textbook or something.
And like, where is it? No, that's Lost Stars. Oh, there it is. This one's kind of hard because it's like the black background, but like it fills it out, you know.
Yeah.
But no, I agree. It's just kind of like a black one. This one makes sense to me. Heir to the Empire being all like dark and brooding, you know.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're going to be okay. I'll probably get the rest of the the Thrawn books just to have that full trilogy. And
well, the funny thing is, I actually have the first 2 Darth Bane books.
oh, that's funny.
I need to get the third one, because once I get the third one, I think, we have a lot of Star Wars reading to do. But once we're kind of caught up on High Republic, I'll probably dig into stuff like Darth Bane. I still need to finish Family at War. I kind of
Yeah, so do I.
I kind of fell off on it and then just forgot about it.
You know what? We know what happens. I'm gonna be okay.
I need, because I know there's gonna be little tidbits from the sequel trilogy that I really want to see and all that kind of stuff. But it's nice that they're re-releasing these Legends books. I want them to have cooler artwork so they can look better on my shelf. That's the only reason.
Yeah, that's fair. I do appreciate that they're choosing these books, because I was really overwhelmed with what Legends books I should be starting and getting into, and there was some that I was like, okay, these are the ones that are kind of historical. These are the ones that are very famous and popular, and these are the ones that a lot of people really like.
It's nice that it's being reintroduced to a brand new audience.
People who wouldn't necessarily know where to start, especially if you don't know the difference between the canon and Legends, and especially in the books too.
Right.
So, I wonder what another phase of this will consist of. I think personally, the Bounty Hunter books, like the Boba Fett books, and maybe the Kenobi Legends book would be cool to add on to it.
I saw the Kenobi one at Barnes & Noble.
The Kenobi one's already got a cool cover for it with him standing there in Tatooine. Yeah. So we'll see if they kind of make more with it.
Yeah, I think they're holding on Kenobi stuff until we get the show.
That's all released and ready.
Yeah. Well, cool. Let's kind of move on here. Some more Rowe Squadron news. They did find a writer in Matthew Robinson. So according to the Hollywood Reporter, Matthew Robinson is penning the script for the upcoming movie, which is due out 2023, which we know. Kind of a little background on Matthew Robinson. His first feature was Ricky Gervais' 2009 comedy, The Invention of Lying. And he also co-wrote last year's Love and Monsters, and it's attached to Warner Brothers' Live, Die, Repeat, and Repeat, the sequel to 2014's Edge of Tomorrow. So according to the story, Robinson is currently hard at work, and Lucasfilm is apparently aiming to start pre-production on the project this fall. So they're really digging into Rowe Squadron here, which I kind of said a couple weeks ago that they're kind of due to get ramping up with production here if they're looking for a 2023 release. They will begin shooting next year, which was obviously highly expected. And Patty Jenkins said in an interview in early January that she had almost completed the story treatment for the movie. So I'm assuming that got a treatment done. We're in the middle of writing. Hopefully we'll have a script here in the next couple months, and we'll ramp up pre-production, and we'll get some more juicy Rowe Squadron news. But what do you think about Matthew Robinson writing Rowe Squadron?
I'm indifferent, for reasons mainly because I don't know Matthew Robinson that much.
Yeah, he's not a huge name.
But upon gazing on his IMDb, I am a little cautious with things like monster trucks under his name. And I didn't see the live action Dora, but I heard it wasn't awful. So I'm like, okay, at least he's not have a horrible track record. But yeah, I don't know. Obviously, we'll see how that progresses. It's not the person I expected. Which leads me to I can't really gauge of what this movie's going to be like now. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to expect,
At this point, I'm still I literally don't know. I keep thinking, I don't know if I made this up or if it has been confirmed that it takes place after episode 9, but I'm not sure.
Oh, I haven't heard anything about that. Is that?
I feel like I made that up in my head.
I almost expect Rogue Squadron to take place after episode 6.
You think?
I think it's going to be all New Republic. It's going to be the last year and a half of the war.
Well, I was going to say, because it has the new, the X-Wing silhouette and the logo is the new X-Wing. It's not the OG X-Wing. So,
New Republic X-Wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would still hold that then, that maybe it's like a year or so after. It's like the final weeks and months of the war, you know? Like the war's been raging on for an extra year since Endor. Like, here are the things that are happening. The New Republic is now more established.
I would love this movie to be like a Star Wars Dunkirk kind of thing.
That's kind of what I'm anticipating, like a Flyboys for
like
Star Wars. But
World War II kind of like, you know.
The writer choice now kind of like... It gives me more of this like epic adventure kind of style rather than it being like the everyday people that are involved in this war.
I think this isn't gonna be a dark and gritty movie, in my opinion.
And I didn't anticipate dark and gritty. Yeah,
only because I think the way that Patty Jenkins' directing style is kind of evolving, as you can see with like Wonder Woman 84 and that kind of thing, is she's kind of going towards like these
adventures,
set pieces, adventures, kind
swashbuckling,
of a little more lighthearted. And I think that's what we're gonna get. Which is cool.
I want it to be like the first like 30 minutes of Wonder Woman 1984.
Yeah.
Like the whole mall sequence. I think I think like that in Rogue Squadron, it's just kind of that good bit action fun. It's all lighthearted and like heroes and stuff. Yeah.
And once they start casting this baby and we see a little bit of cast announced, I think we'll get a little more of an idea of where we're going. It'd be cool to see a Gal Gadot in Star Wars too.
That'd be cool.
I don't know if she'll go that route, but it would be cool to see. Chris Pine.
I do love Chris Pine.
X-Wing pilot.
Do you love me a good... Honestly, that'd be a really good cast. Is Chris Pine is like...
Give him a mustache and there you go.
Yep. Make Gal Gadot an alien.
Make her like a Twi'lek.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty good, actually.
That'd be fun. Yeah. That'd be cool. That'd be neat. No, I'm excited. I'm excited to see if they cast big names to play different species, if they'll have people play different aliens and stuff, and it's this, ragtag kind of crew of people.
Like Daniel Craig as Loden Greatstorm. All right. I just really hope they make this... This is going to be the first Star Wars theater experience since 2019, so I'm really hoping they make this worthwhile for a theater experience. Yeah,
I agree. And it's I expect nothing but just action-packed awesomeness, just to it be this blast of a ride,
Yeah, I just want it to be... I don't need an Empire Strikes Back worthy Star Wars movie. Just give me something fun.
Nope. Yep. Give me something cool and lots of explosions. So this is our final piece of the day. The new cover was revealed for Cavan Scott's audiobook, which is the High Republic Tempest Runner. This is the Lorna D audio novel that's being released. They released the cover. It's pretty cool. It's very orange, and it's got Lorna D in like this cool kind of
like the Nile masks.
Yeah, the Nile mask. She's got this big spear, and her ship's in the background.
I've said this before, but I love the design of the Nile. They're like steampunk.
It's
cool.
It's funny. It's not what I kind of pictured in my head whenever I first read Light of the Jedi, and I like that now we have the comics and the covers of like this is what they look like.
I was kind of picturing like kabuki masks in the book.
Yeah. Like not as technical, I don't think. Right. I didn't expect like breathers and stuff.
Steampunky.
No, it's very cool. The book is going to be focusing on Lorna D, and I believe this is going to take... Is this like a biography, or is this going to take place in between Light of the Jedi and Rising Storm? Or I guess I don't know.
I think it's supposed to take place after Rising Storm.
After Rising Storm?
I believe so. Yeah, because there was, on Star Wars News Net, there was a little bit of a tidbit like in their article, and it said, like, after seeing... Because obviously a lot of people have read Rising Storm already, and it said after reading Rising Storm, you'll understand why... Lorna D is the way she is in this one.
I may listen to this just to kind of get more Marky and Rowe content.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of not expecting what the Nile looked like, Marky and Rowe's look just completely was not what I anticipated from him.
Really? Whenever he came up, I Googled it, and I saw the art that came out.
Like big, yeah. See, in the comics,
I don't know what to I don't know what to imagine, so I had to.
I kind of just pictured like this dark and brooding, like he kind of almost looked like a dark elf in my head. Like he wasn't someone who wore armor and was kind of this like he looks like this, kind of like conquestor, this conquistador No, I expected him more to be like analytical and kind of frail, and that's why like all of his plans are really good, is because he knows he can't like keep up with it combat wise. But that doesn't mean he doesn't look tough as nails, you know.
Right.
Like he's cool in the Star Wars or the High Republic adventures. He's like, I guess he's the main villain in all of it, but he's the main villain in like that centered like thing, is like he takes a boy and like kind of like trains him under his wing.
I still got to read those, yeah.
Dude, they slap. I've kind of fallen behind and need to catch up, especially with War of the Bounty Hunters. I have not read much of those anymore.
I haven't read since the initial
alpha issue. YouTube takes like a week for it to catch up, and then by the time it's out, I'm like, I gotta do it, and I forget.
And you forget.
Yeah. I think it'll be this will be kind of good. I'll probably check out Tempest Runner and just see what it gives me in between with Rising Storm. I'm definitely excited for Rising Storm. Came out today.
Today, at the day of recording, and you know, I think we talked about this earlier, but like, it's not, the Rising Storm is like not anywhere around me right now. I think the closest target that actually has it right now is like probably 30 miles away, and I think Barnes and Noble said it's not in stock yet either. So.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can find it digitally on that like library, see if I can get like a PDF of it.
I don't know why places have been slacking on getting these books out. I don't know.
Well, I know Target 2's got like 2 to 3 different special editions, and you got like this bag with it now.
Yeah, they have like
and
these exclusive editions.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, one thing I wanted to talk about, I know I sent this to you a couple weeks ago, but I had like a revelation for casting ideas for Marky and Rowe, and I think Wyatt Russell would be the coolest Marky and Rowe after seeing him in Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Wyatt Russell, is that who played
John Walker?
John Walker?
Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, he would be a good Marky and Rowe. I kind of picture him more as like a Stellan Gios, you know, or
I think he's too blonde for
Elzar Man. I mean, yeah, obviously he'll have to change his hair, but gives me like that Elzar Man that he looks like he could play like Obi-Wan's brother.
I see Zachary Levi as Elzar.
Ooh. That's a younger cast.
It is a younger cast, but I for some reason like I picture someone very close looking to Zachary Levi. When
I see like John Hamm. Now, granted, I think John Hamm's also older to play Elzar Man.
Yeah, we need a sweet
like,
spot in between those two.
We need that. Yeah, I'm right in the middle.
Yeah. Maybe John Hamm from like early Mad Men.
Yeah, like the beginning of Mad Men.
Yeah.
I just like John Hamm.
Me too. He's from St. Louis.
He is from St. Louis.
Anyway,
well, cool.
I think that's all we have this week. I'm surprised this was a shorter episode.
Given the fact that we've been gone. Yeah.
Given the fact that we have not covered news for almost 2 weeks, but nevertheless, I'm happy to be here talking about Star Wars again. If you would like to find us on the social medias, you can always find us on Instagram through Imperialized Pod, Twitter at Imperialized Pod, and on YouTube, just search us up through Imperialized Podcast. Jackson, where can they find you?
You can find me, as always, on Twitter at Quackson. That's QUACKSON, and then scaling like the triangle. And then you can follow my photography Instagram, which is going, I know I say it all the time, like it's gonna be back, it's gonna be here. No, but I actually have like photos and posts planned up, especially with your BTS shoot. I'm gonna
all of my face,
all of your face, and all of the shots that I have taken from that. But you can follow that photography Instagram at Daleen_photography.
If you want to see Braydon's face.
If you want to see Braydon's face, or my pretty pictures that I take.
Yes.
That's DALEEN_photography. DALEEN Daleen_photography. Braydon, what about you?
Sorry, what was that again?
DALEEN_photography. Thank you.
So that's DALEEN_photography?
Yes, that's DALEEN_photography.
Okay,
Thank
great.
you.
Just making sure everybody got
Cool.
that.
Do you got it written down? Do you want one more time? Okay.
Actually,
cool.
can you send me a letter in writing?
I'm gonna Morse code you it. I'm gonna get like our little tapper and beep, 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 beep,
That's good.
Cool.
I like that. Well, cool. As always, you can find me on Twitter at braydonleadbetter. You can find some new behind-the-scenes photos that Jackson took. I did upload a couple. And if you want to catch me on the twits, you can check me out, Braydathlon. And on, what else do I have? I don't really have anything else that I actively use. If you want to check me out on Letterboxd, I've been plugging that recently. I'm just Braydon Leadbetter on Letterboxd. If you want to know what I'm watching, know what movies I'm watching and reviewing, and I think Jordan Dennis likes every single one of my Letterboxd reviews, so that's cool. Gives me a reason to post.
Yeah, Jordan, you're his #1 fan.
But as always, do not be shy. Please check out our Apple Podcast. Leave that rating and review. It really helps out the show. If you don't have Apple Podcasts, check out our Spotify. Follow us on Spotify. Subscribe on Spotify. It's a lot of Spotifys. And if you don't have any of those, just listen. We just like it when you listen.
Just sit there. You'll hear us eventually.
Just sit there and listen. If you want to check us out at the end of this week, we'll be covering the past 3 episodes of The Bad Batch. So it'll be a little bit longer. We'll kind of dig into all the goodness that's been happening over there on The Bad Batch. And next week, we'll be covering some more Star Wars news. But until then, we will be back doing that. May the Force be with you.